Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Nino Brown Boxer, I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Man, I haven't been dropping videos like that lately. Been getting some dental work done, so I haven't been able to talk like I want to. But for now, I'm back. I have another dentist appointment next week, so we're just gonna see how many videos I can drop leading up to the Errol Spence fight and after the Errol Spence fight. So, if you don't know, Nino Brown Boxing, his favorite fighter is Errol Spence Jr. Flat out. Now, I definitely give all fighters respect. I love to put on and shout out my hometown fighters. And the irony in all of that is my favorite fighter is going against one of my hometown fighters, Washington, D.C. native Lamont Peterson, this upcoming Saturday. And I feel like this fight is going to be a great fight. A lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of different opinions. I've been seeing some hometown bias. People saying that Lamont Peterson is going to pretty much be the end to Errol Spence. And I hear guys on the other end saying, Errol Spence is going to steamroll Lamont Peterson. Now, me trying my best to put all of my biases put to the side right now. I feel like this particular fight is going to be a good test for Errol Spence. It's going to be one of those fights that I believe Errol Spence will definitely win, but it will give him a lot of experience. It's going to be one of those fights. It's going to make Errol Spence a whole lot more dangerous. And guys like Keith Thurman, for example, the guy, Keith Thurman, not guys, just Keith Thurman, for example, he's gonna wish that he fought Errol Spence earlier. Because fighting a guy like Kell Brook, then fighting a guy like Lamont Peterson, all of this leading up to a Keith Thurman fight, it's just going to prepare Errol Spence even more. See, Errol Spence is one of those fighters where he has all the dog in the world. He has fundamentals down packed. He's a great body puncher. He's young, he's strong, he's hungry, and he's motivated. Now, you keep putting Errol Spence in the ring with these top guys with more experience, guys that have different tactics that they like to use against their opponents, and Errol Spence keeps overcoming them. Now, you got to take into consideration that Errol Spence has just fought back-to-back two guys that get into great physical condition for fights. Now, does Kell Brook blow up in between fights? Absolutely. But Kell Brook is naturally bigger than a lot of these guys at welterweight. That's why he's been having so much problem making weight. But Lamont Peterson is one of those guys where he's in top peak physical condition all year round. So you got a guy like Lamont Peterson facing Errol Spence this weekend. And Lamont Peterson, we all know he has some wonderful footwork. In my opinion, his footwork is better than Keith Thurman. And the reason I decided to point out the footwork, because I was just saying a minute ago how Lamont Peterson is going to prepare Errol Spence for fights in the future. Now, if Lamont Peterson decides that he wants to use his foot movement and use his lateral movement against Errol Spence, only thing that's going to do is just prepare Errol Spence for a guy like Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman decides that he wants to get on that bicycle when Errol Spence unleashes one of his vicious body attacks. So with all that being said, it's just Keith Thurman is digging himself in a hole that soon he's not gonna be able to get out of. All of this is gonna boil down to Errol Spence is gonna continue to rack up the bodies, gain as much experience as possible, knock off guys. He's gonna become more feared, and Keith Thurman is gonna be backed into a corner where the only thing he can do is lay down. Because I feel like once Errol Spence gets Keith Thurman back into a corner and he unleashes on that body, it's going to be over for Keith Thurman. All of the people talking about Keith Thurman and his power and one time this and one time that. I'm sorry. You can say it's his elbow. You can make any other excuse in the world. Keith Thurman is not one of those fighters that's in top peak condition all year round. We know he balloons up. He's prone to injury. And we don't know how his elbow is going to recover in this Jesse Vargas fight. We all have to wait and see on that. But to me, all of this is a recipe for Errol Spence to capture Keith Thurman belts. I see it coming. Unless someone knocks Keith Thurman off before Errol Spence, when Errol Spence and Keith Thurman collide, I see it being a mega fight that won't live up to the hype. I truly believe that Errol Spence is going to knock Keith Thurman off with relative ease compared to any other welterweight. I feel like a fight with Kell Brook, a fight with Sean Porter, and everyone knows how I feel about Sean Porter, but that's because he's ducking. But a fight with Sean Porter and a fight with Terrence Crawford will be bigger tests for Errol Spence. Mark my word, write it down. That's Nino Brown boxing take when it comes to the whole Keith Thurman and Errol Spence talk. Now the fight coming up this weekend, I'm ready for it. I'm hyped. You know, you got Texas against DC. You got two fighters with a lot of dog in them. The only thing about Lamont Peterson, you know, age isn't on his side. He doesn't necessarily have he doesn't have proven power at 147. Now, granted, we haven't seen Lamont Peterson fight any top competition at 147 at this point in his career, but it's okay. I feel like Lamont is one of those guys where when the pressure's on, he's definitely going to show up. Now, when I say he's going to show up, I'm not saying that he's going to beat Errol Spence, but I'm saying that he's going to put a good showing on for himself. One of those fights where he'll take an L, but it'll be a respectable L. And honestly, even if it's not the most respectful loss, the fact that Lamont Peterson got in the ring is something that should be respected in itself. You got people that been in welterweight a whole lot longer, that held actual championships at welterweight, IBF championship, WBC, WBA, the likes of Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, and they're not trying to get in the ring with him. Now, Lamont Peterson held that regular WBA title, which we all know is basically just the #1 contender for that super WBA strap. But with all that being said, I get all the respect in the world for Lamont Peterson. I feel like he's going to push Errol Spence as far as he's physically able to push Spence. It's just going to be one of those dog fights. We're going to see another side of Errol Spence. I mark my word. Errol Spence is going to have a coming out party on a whole different level. We think we've seen Errol Spence at his top skill set, his high level of dominance. I feel like this Saturday is going to be one of those days where the world is shocked, and we're just going to see. It's like Errol Spence is going to take it to a whole new level. And you think Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and whoever else at the welterweight division, you think they're running scared now? Saturday night, when Errol Spence get his hand raised, they'll be running on a whole new level, man. They'll be running like Usain Bolt. I'm not talking about running around the ring. They'll be just running around their everyday life, ducking and dodging any type of question about Errol Spence, and that's Kenny Porter included. This is Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Peace.